This is Daniela Camboni for Kitco News, and we have a very special guest today. He is considered probably one of the greatest hockey players of all time. He has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. He has played for the Blackhawks, the Bruins, the New York Rangers, also coached the Rangers, and went on to found the Tampa Bay Lightning. Phil Esposito joins me now. Phil, what an honor to have you on this show. Never thought I would be having you on Kitco News. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much, Daniela. And I got to tell you, of all that introduction, which was beautiful, all those things, the most thing that strikes me for me as a human being was founding the Tampa Bay Lightning, because being a hockey player, God gave me talent, and I exploited that talent. I don't think he gave me the talent, and I guess he did, to go and raise $55 million to found an NHL expansion team in Tampa Bay, Florida. And it's been unbelievable, the ride that has gone on since 1990. I got fired by the New York Rangers in '89. I had 4 or 5 years left on a contract. Typical New York sports teams, they extend you so you have severance pay for 2 or 3 years because you can't get another job in New York. And that's fact. So I decided that I'd go for the franchise, and I got it. And it was with a lot of help, by the way. It's like me playing hockey and being all that other stuff. If you don't have help, forget about it.
You know, so that's interesting you say that, Phil, because you've worn many hats, right? Hockey player, coach,
yep.
And now management. And so this is your favorite more than playing hockey.
No. Playing hockey was the love of my life, period. I enjoy it. In fact, I still go on the ice now. Like I said, God gave me talent, and I was lucky enough to exploit it. I mean, a lot of people have talent, and they never get the opportunity to exploit whatever their talent is. And I pushed and persevered and everything else to get that opportunity, and I got it. So, and I took advantage of it. There's no doubt about it.
God gave you talent and your brother talent. What a lucky family.
Yes, I know. Tony, the goalie, you know, he was the first goalie for sure, to ever wear contact lenses. Tony, you know the mask from Halloween, that crazy horror flicks?
Yes.
Well, they copied my brother's mask.
Phil, a lot of people might be asking how you know we've crossed paths, and many people might not know this, but you love gold. Actually, you are a gold investor. Tell us a little bit about how you became interested in investing in the metal and owning the metal.
Well, it started, golly, years and years. There was a gold discovery up in Canada, and one of the ex-hockey players I played with called me and told me, he said, it was like pennies, 5 cents or something like that, you know what I mean? One of those deals. And we collected, I think, about $5,000 from all the guys. We put it in, and 8 months later, we got back 15. It was terrific. And from that time on, I thought about, you trade it. I am not a long-termer. I used to be, not anymore. But I follow gold, how much it fluctuates. And as you know, my solid gold puck, I remember my dad, when I gave it to him, like I said, showed it to him. I never gave you that one. I gave him my Stanley Cup rings, but not that. And I said, Dad, look at this. Solid gold puck. There's only 4 in the entire world. 4. They couldn't make them now.
So tell me more about that. Where did you get this solid gold puck?
From the Boston Bruins, the year all 4 of us scored over 100 points. Gold was not even on the market then.
Yeah, it's worth a lot more today, Phil, at today's prices. What are you looking to do with it? Where do what do you want to do with it?
I had some people from Russia very interested in it, and they just wouldn't give me my price. So I said, no, I think this should be with someone who can display it, like it, enjoy it. There was only 4. Bobby Orr gave his to a guy named Al Eagleson. Johnny Busick sold his, I don't know how many years ago, but he got $150,000 for it.
Do you feel comfortable disclosing how much you would want for the puck?
At this time, I don't think so, because I'd have to talk to Kenny Hodge
Okay.
to see what he wants. Because I would like to.
Maybe if you played for the Montreal Canadiens, I would have considered buying it. But you played for our greatest
Montreal
nemesis.
Canadiens? Oh, really? Well, let me tell you something. In that Team Canada 72, we never would have won that series without Guy Lapointe and Serge Savard. I have huge respect for those guys because of that in 72. And even Kenny Dryden, he was there too. But playing against the Canadians and with Larry Robinson in All-Star games and the Canada Cups and guys like that, you realize that hockey players in general are really nice guys. You play a little bit of a violent game. And so but once the game is over, at least in our era, I'd go out and have a beer with you and there'd be no problems whatsoever.
Let me ask you, Phil, because, you're a hockey legend, and, you've seen it all, and you've seen what it takes to become a great player. Do you think it's harder to make it to the NHL today than before, or is it equal? How do you see it?
Well, I broke in with the 6-team league, so obviously it was much more difficult to get in the NHL. And then again, we didn't have all these Americans and all these Europeans playing. You know what I mean? We would have never been able to expand. We would have expanded and what have you, but the Europeans have brought a different thing to the game and got more players. There's so many good players everywhere. But this is a Canadian game. It always has been. But the Americans now, I got to tell you, I am proud about what they've done with their hockey programs. They've done a magnificent job. For example, here in Tampa Bay, when I first came here in 90, they had 1 ice arena. Now we got 18. And kids are playing hockey all over the place. I'm so proud of that.
Hey, Phil, does Ovechkin beat Gretzky's record?
If he stays with Washington and he has that great team around him, I think he could do that. But there's so many intangibles, like injury. Alex is a strong guy. He doesn't miss a lot of games. You get a little older, things creep in a little bit more. He's 3 now? I think it is 34. I don't even know how old he is. I think he's 34. But, if he goes another 5 years, the break wanes, he's got to score 40 goals every year to break his record. I can tell you this, he's going to pass Mike Gardner, and then he's going to pass me. Because when I retired, I was number 2 in the league with 717
How do you feel about that?
goals.
Do you welcome that, or do you not want to let that go?
One thing we can't stop, although we would love to stop progress sometimes, but we can't. That's what this is all about. Hockey has progressed to this, and that's fine. And I know what I did, and that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You've done so much for the sport, and you're a hero to a lot of us, Phil. Who do you love watching today? I know it's like asking to choose amongst your favorite children, but who are some of your favorite hockey players right now?
I love watching Ovechkin. I love watching all the goal scorers, by the way. Ovechkin, Panarin, these 2 guys really, Austin Matthews from Toronto. You notice now I have 2 Europeans and an American, okay, that I love watching. This Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Draisaitl, who plays for Edmonton, reminds me of myself at 28, 29 years old. So much so that I can't believe it. They don't think he's a great skater, but he's a better skater than I was. But he always gets in the position like I did, and he's big like I was, and so a lot of people have compared him to the way I played. This guy's a much more talented player than I am.
Tampa Bay came awfully close to winning the cup last season, Phil. Let's see if you guys can do it in the new season. I wish you all the best of luck. Before I let you go, for young guys watching and listening to you right now, what's your advice for someone who wants to make it to the NHL? What does it take?
If you really, really want it, you got to be ready. You never know when your break is going to come. And no matter what you really want to do in life, you got to be ready. Do people need a break? Absolutely. I believe that. I believe that people need a break. The way the game is progressing, everybody is huge, big, fast. It just blows me away. And I tell kids this. If the game was meant to be going this fast, it would have been 250 feet long by 125 feet wide. But it wasn't. So there's got to be getting back to the old style where you could interfere a little bit or you can hold up somebody a little bit. The problem is, in the game of hockey, it's not the players that we should ever worry about not doing a great job. For me, it's the officials. It's very difficult nowadays with the officials because you got two generals on the ice. Two generals, do they always agree? I don't think so. One of them's got to be the boss. And I'm one of these guys that says go back to one referee and two linesmen again. More room on the ice and everything else. So you miss a few penalties. So what? You know what I mean?
Phil, I appreciate your thoughts. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate hearing from you on gold, on your gold puck, on hockey. And, what do you make of this coronavirus outbreak? Are you staying safe? Are you not shaking hands? I know you go to a lot of public appearances. You're meeting fans all the time. Are you protecting yourself?
No, I don't think about things like that. When the flu was in 2009, I think it was, or 10, everybody was like, oh boy, the flu. Everybody's going crazy with this thing. And for me, I did cancel my trip to Russia, though, because they said they were going to quarantine me when I got there. So I wasn't going. And
they want your gold puck.
They do want it.
That's the truth.
They do. Let me say this. Calm down, everybody, with this stuff. Just calm down. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining us. It was a real pleasure and honor speaking with you today. And thank you for watching this special edition of Kitco News, where we combined gold and sports. I'm Daniela Comboni.